Lost Woods is a creature horror movie. And this is going to be a short plot because it's not really too much to it. Basically, this movie is about a group of friends that end up going to the woods. And in the woods, this creature, which I assume is like a Bigfoot, attacks these kids. Well, you wouldn't really call them kids, they're kind of young adults, and kills them. And it's basically up to the surviving people to basically put down Bigfoot and escape the woods. So, my review for Lost Woods. Now, unfortunately, this movie's not good. Well, to me. But we have to take into consideration that this is an independent film. I think it's just no studio backing it up, so it's not the worst. I've seen way worse, but it still wasn't that good, unfortunately. There were some parts that I laughed at, like some of the humor was pretty good, but then a lot of dialogue was pretty bad. The Bigfoot looked horrible. It looked just like a dude in a Bigfoot suit. They killed the best actor. He's the first person to go, which they should not have done that. He was easily the best dude acting because it's just regular people making an independent film. And he actually was pretty good. Some of the practical effects weren't bad. They were definitely probably the best thing about the movie. And I understood going into this movie that it's an independent film, so I wasn't expecting too much. And yes, if this is just a budget of like $5,000, the movie is pretty good for what they probably did spend on it. But from just somebody who literally has seen hundreds and hundreds of horror movies, this just wasn't it for me. But I don't want to also put the film down because it is an independent film, you know? So with all that being said, my recommendation for Lost Woods. I would not recommend this. I wouldn't totally skip it, as this is somebody's work, their art, and it should be appreciated. So I'm gonna give it a not recommended. But at the end of the day, if I'm trying to recommend good horror movies, this isn't one, you know? So that's why it's not recommended. But it's not a not skip. You should definitely not skip this. You should, you know, if you like watching independent films, this isn't a bad one. And being the first independent film that I've reviewed so far, I don't want it to seem like I'm shitting on these people's movie. But yeah, unfortunately, if we're just going to look at it in comparison to every horror movie, regardless if it's independent or not, I would not recommend it. But like I said, if this budget was something as of like $5,000 or something insanely just low, maybe even less, then this movie wasn't bad. But I still, even with a low budget, I can't recommend